Hello, this is RunningRobert, and today we're going to be talking about the Ardelyx ARDX first quarter 2025 summary. Today is the 5th of May, 2025, and in the summary, we're going to be looking at the first quarter results that we got late last week and looking at the bullish and bearish parts of them. If you're new to the channel, I do small cap pharma, I do games, I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I did ride this stock from 60 cents to $9. It was awesome. It was incredible. At the moment, I have no holdings though, but I am waiting for an opportunity to maybe buy in the future. I'm an amateur investor, and the advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and information given is valid for today, the 5th of May, and the slideshow will not be updated. But as always, new news, new slideshow. So we're going to call it a poor quarter. That is 100% true. So the company lost sales for both drugs with the new year. Exposure destroyed any hope for a great 2025. And really, what we're looking at is company sales were $74.1 million in quarter one compared to $116 million in quarter four. That's rough. That is a rough decrease for sure. The company still believes they can grow, and they still do have the cash to make it happen. So again, they still have over 200 million. So looking at the long term, this definitely sucked last week. Might suck this week. But overall, the company has the cash to do the turnaround. So again, the quarter one 2025 review. So the company sales 74.1 compared to 116. Israela sales were 44.4 compared to 53.8 in quarter four. We do see a little bit of a drop in sales for almost every pharmaceutical company when the new year hits. And that's because changes of insurance and stuff like that go into effect, and people are not able to as readily get their drugs available. And that's just what happens. And I see this industry wide. So is about 10 million a little bit big? Yeah, but we will again have to look at the quarter two growth. And then exposure sales were 23.4 million in quarter one compared to 57.2 in quarter four. And that was just disastrous, but you lose 60% of your market. And we saw that pretty much translate into that number pretty well. Cash in hand was 214 million. That's down from 250. The net loss was 41.1 million. And really what we're going to focus on is the operating expenses. So it's 12.3 million in cost of goods, 14.9 in R&D, and 83.2 in admin for a total of 110 million. This will go down a little bit, but they cannot have 110 million operating expense for this whole year, or it's really going to be a disaster. So exposure going forward. So what I asked in my quarter four summary is, can the company use everything to continue to get patients on the drug and find ways to continue to grow the drug? The answer is no. There was no revenue guidance. And really what happened is the company lost its Medicaid Part D, which covered 60% of the patients that they are looking for. So unfortunately, now they have a much smaller group of people. And of course, the competing drugs aren't changing. So it definitely makes it pretty hard to find like a good group. Now, will we see some kind of growth? Yes. Do I think 100 million for 2025 is possible? Should be pretty easy. We'll definitely know in the next quarter. And then from there, we're just going to have to see. So Israela, the company expects revenue between 240 and 250 million. The drug will probably continue its growth curve and have better results in the second quarter. And this is the general statement, normal operating. So all pharmas do it. When looking at pharma companies going from quarter four to quarter one is poor. It's change of insurance and stuff like that just impacts the bottom line. That's just what we have to deal with, which is why a lot of companies look year over year. So moving forward and the summary. So we're going to kind of put them both. So what does the company need to do? The company still can have total sales of 350 million. So 250 million for Israela, 100 million for exposure. However, they need to control their operating expenses, which were, again, 110 million in this quarter. I know that's going to go down a little bit, but you're still looking at 400 million to 440 million for the year of operating expenses. So if the company can cut the total expenses to under 400 million, that'll look pretty good, because at that point, if you're selling 350 and you're making 4, that's pretty solid. That would take care of cash concerns. And then of course you would look at 2026 as maybe your year to break even. So, and then of course, Extra bonus would be if we can regain Medicare Part D. This is unlikely, but possible. But it's completely out of the company's control. So it's just something that we can't really comment on at the moment. So hopefully this helped you if you're going to invest, not invest, or just want to put it on your watch list. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.